Hi, welcome to Ms. Richardson's U.S. History 5-Minute Lectures. This information will be U.S. Notes 3.13, Truman Makes a Choice. It includes information that aligns with the third section on your Unit 3 study guide. Make sure that you're controlling this lecture. Pause when you need to, write down questions you have, and rewatch if you need. And make sure to use that study guide to help you with those notes. Let's go ahead and get started. As you learned in the last set of notes, World War II ended in Europe on May 8, 1945, which is also known as VE Day. Following this, the Soviet Union had agreed to join the U.S. in fighting against the Japanese aggression in Asia, making the major Allied figures in the Pacific Theater the U.S., the Soviet Union, and China. Even with this new force and the loss of their European allies, Japan refused to surrender to the Allied powers. So President Truman really had to decide what to do about that. Do we keep fighting the war, or do we have a way to end the war quickly? In the US, the Manhattan Project that we talked about previously had successfully created the world's first atomic bomb. Truman could choose to use this massively powerful weapon against Japan. But should he? That's really the question. Truman had to weigh the costs and benefits of using the atomic bomb. The costs included thousands of lives lost, the release of a weapon of unheard of destructive power, much more severe than anything else we knew. There were unknown future consequences. Many questioned if it was necessary to drop the bomb. They believed that the U.S. now had the Soviet Union helping in the fight, and so the Japanese were losing, and it was only a matter of time before they were forced to surrender. And still others argued that Truman could simply demonstrate the bomb for the Japanese and they would surrender. Now, the benefits of using the atomic bomb were that first, it would bring a quick end to the war in Asia. Now, Americans were very tired and wanted this fight to end. The Japanese were committed to fighting and not surrendering, ever. So examining that and looking at those various possible scenarios to continue fighting and ultimately win the war, that showed that hundreds of thousands of American lives would be lost. The atomic bomb could actually save lives. Not just U.S. lives for all the soldiers that would not die, but Japanese lives as well, because we would have to kill soldiers and citizens on that side. So this could save lives. In the end, Truman chose to use the newly developed bomb in an attempt to end the war in Asia and save lives. Those are the reasons he gave. And we used the only 2 atomic bombs ever detonated against another country were by the U.S. in order to end World War II in Asia. So that's the end of U.S. Notes 3.13. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you in class.